A simple click in a dark interface and an SAP consulting internship can change your career path as radically as the intervention of the smartphone changed our lives. Sounds big, doesn't it? Yet behind every big change, there is often a series of small steps, and the first might be that elusive SAP consultant internship. SAP is a faceless colossus to many, a giant that silently orchestrates the workings of multinational corporations. But how do you break into this impenetrable fortress when you have just graduated or you are looking for a career change? There is no school that specifically prepares you to become an SAP consultant. No direct line to follow. This is where the story begins, on the doorstep of an opportunity that could well be the springboard of your career. Here's the setting. You enter a room where every decision can save millions or optimize operations affecting thousands of people. No pressure, right? Well, to navigate this environment, forget technical skills for a moment. What will really set you apart is a combination of often underestimated but crucial traits. Take curiosity, for example. It's not just useful, it's vital. An effective SAP consultant doesn't just follow instructions. He or she seeks to understand the whys and wherefores. Why is this company using this particular SAP module? Why is this process configured in this way? And it's this curiosity that leads you to innovative solutions rather than ready-made answers. Next, communication. It's not so much being able to speak or write, but getting a complex message across in such a way that even your grandmother would understand why changing a parameter in SAP could significantly reduce a company's cost. It's this ability to clarify, to simplify, that makes you not only a bridge between technology and businesses, but also a trusted advisor. Finally, let's not forget adaptability. Here, the only constants are change and continuous learning. New projects, new teams, new challenges. Every day is different. Adapting quickly, learning on the fly, and being ready to question what you know yesterday to embrace new methods today is what will keep you relevant and in demand in this professional minefield. These skills are the real tools in your arsenal. They are what will set you apart during your internship and lay the foundations for a successful career in SAP consulting. Having the right skills is well and good. Now it's time to put them into practice. The internship market is vast and not all positions are created equal. Here's the scoop on how to unearth those internship nuggets and to make sure that your application shines above the rest. First port of the call. Websites specializing in technology and consulting jobs such as Indeed, Monster, or Glassdoor. But don't stop there. Platforms specific to the SAP world, such as SAP Careers, are gold mines for finding targeted internships. And don't forget LinkedIn, a veritable arena for professional networking where internship offers often flourish in publications and dedicated groups. Initiative knows no bounds, especially when it comes to your career. Don't just wait for doors to open. Knock on them yourself with proactive applications. Choose companies that interest you and where you think you can bring something new to the table, even if they don't explicitly offer SAP consulting internships. In your approach, explain how your general skills, such as project management, data analysis, or even experience in a completely different field, could benefit their team. If possible, show that you have taken the time to understand some of their industry-specific challenges and offer your ideas or thoughts on potential solutions. This not only demonstrates your enthusiasm for working for them, but also your ability to think proactively and strategically. Qualities that you will set apart as a candidate for an internship. The secret to finding a good internship lies not only in active research, but also in the art of getting yourself noticed. Take part in SAP and consulting forums, webinars, and meetups. These events are often meetings points with recruiters or current consultants who may have the inside scoop on upcoming internships, sometimes even before they are published. Now that you have spotted the offers, how do you make sure your application doesn't get lost in the shuffle? Personalization and precision. Every cover letter and CV must be tailor-made for the job in question. Show that you have not only have the skills required, but you have taken the time to understand what the company and the specific role demand. Here's a classic: the cut and paste cover letter. John applies for 10 different internships and sends the same letter to all of them. The result? He mentions his desire to work at Siemens in his application for an internship at SAP. Always check that you have adapted your letter to the company and the specific role. Another pitfall: information overload. Laura, an enthusiastic student, sends in a 4-page CV. Recruiters want to see your ability to synthesize and highlight what's relevant. Keep your CV concise and to the point, ideally on a single page. And finally, don't overlook the power of good proofreading. Spelling and grammatical errors are killers for recruiters. An impeccable CV is a sign of professionalism and attention to detail. When you lack specific SAP experience, it's crucial to highlight other aspects that can captivate a recruiter. In your CV, why not include a problem-solved section where you describe a challenge you encountered during a university project, for example, or in a previous job, and how you overcame it? This shows your ability to think analytically and find solutions, essential skills for an SAP consultant. In your cover letter, start by recounting an experience where your curiosity led you to learn something complex on your own. This could be learning a new language, for example, programming, or even solving a technical problems at home. This personal story shows your capacity for independent learning and your determination, valuable traits for a trainee in any field, including SAP consulting. By following these tips, you will not only increase your chances of finding a rewarding internship, but you will also have laid a solid foundation for an attention-grabbing application. Skills? Checked. Apply? Check. What's next? The interview. But before you do your best to prepare for that interview, give me 30 seconds. If you find these tips useful, don't forget the little gesture that makes all the difference. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future guides, and give this video a boost with a like. Your support helps us to continue producing content that makes a difference. Want to go even further? Take a look at the resources we have mentioned in the description below. And of course, if you have any questions or need advice, leave a comment. When it comes to turning an application into a real commitment, the interview is the battleground where it all comes down to it. You have already knocked on the door with an impeccable CV and a captivating cover letter. But how do you nail the interview to land the SAP consulting internship? Preparing for an interview for an SAP consulting internship is like preparing for an assignment, for example. You indeed need to know the company, its products, its challenges, and its culture. Use their website, recent publication, and social networks discussions to immerse yourself in their world. Understanding their use of SAP, or if not public, at least understanding SAP's role in their industry, can give you a significant advantage. Plan to brush up on SAP basics too, especially if you have mentioned specific skills or modules in your CV. You could be tested on this knowledge or asked to discuss how you have used or plan to use it. To help you, Here are some sample questions that might inspire you. Can you explain what you know about SAP and how it can be used in our company? Show that you have done your homework. Talk briefly about what SAP does in general, then link it specifically to something relevant to the business. For example, if the company is in manufacturing, talk about modules for production and supply chain management. Describe a project or situation where you had to learn a technical skill quickly. Choose an example where you not only learn quickly, but also applied the skill effectively. Highlight your learning methods, the direct impact of acquiring the skill and how it contributed to the success of the project. How do you deal with stress or tight deadlines in projects? Give a concrete example that demonstrates your ability to remain calm and effective under pressure. Explain the different strategies you use to organize your work, such as prioritizing tasks or using project management tools. Do you have any questions for us? Always say yes. Ask questions that show your interest in the company's specific challenges and how they use SAP. For example, ask about recent SAP projects or how they see their use of SAP evolving in the future. When preparing your interview for an SAP consultant internship, giving your presentation a personal and original touch can turn a good presentation and impression into an unforgettable one. Here are a few ideas. Imagine starting your interview not with answers to the usual questions, but with a short narrative about your background and what led you to the SAP. For example, you could explain how a personal project, a technological change, or even a passion for processes optimization led you to discover SAP. This personal story creates an emotional connection and makes your profile more memorable. Instead of simply answering questions about your skills or experience, include anecdotes that illustrate these skills in action. For example, tell how you helped optimize a process during a university project or previous job, describing the specific steps you took and the results achieved. This type of storytelling can not only demonstrate your skills, but also your ability to apply them practically and effectively. To really stand out, consider bringing something tangible to the interview, such as a project portfolio or even a small tablet presentation of what you could bring to the company. For example, an analysis of how the company could improve the use of SAP in a specific area based on your previous research. This shows not only your initiative and analytical ability, but also your commitment and seriousness about the job. Conclude your interview by thanking the interviewers for their time and reiterating your enthusiasm for the role. A follow-up email after the interview to thank the interviewers again can also reinforce a positive impression and show your professionalism and seriousness. As we near to the end of our exploration of how to land an SAP consultant internship, it's time to think a little deeper. What really makes the difference between a candidate and a successful future SAP consultant? Is it mastery of the tools, or is the more question of a vision and the ability to turn challenges into opportunities? In my opinion, the ability to learn and adapt can be more valuable than any specific technical skill. Tools and systems will change, but an inquisitive mind and a willingness to understand and innovate will always remain undeniable assets. Perhaps then, the real challenge for any aspiring SAP consultant is not simply to find an internship, but to continue to cultivate that curiosity, that passion for change, and the ability to think differently. As you consider your next step, ask yourself, how can I bring not only my skills but also my unique vision to the company? I want to join. How can I help shape the future, not just of my future workplace, but of the industry itself? These questions aren't just academic. They are the heart of your journey towards becoming an SAP consultant who doesn't just go with the flow, but it helps lead it. In any case, good luck, and remember one thing: the path to the success isn't linear, but it's your unique perspective that will illuminate your journey. It was a real pleasure to speak with you.